Fans, the NBA playoffs are on their way. But before they begin, it's the NBA Play-In Tournament.
Winner advances, the loser goes home.
4 teams vying for the last 2 spots in each conference.
Curry, bang!
Some teams will get in.
Do or die.
Others, they're coming up short.
Forget about X's and O's. Who wants it more?
It's now or never. The playoffs are calling. But first, you gotta win to get in. The NBA Play-In Tournament begins April 11th on ESPN and TNT.
This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 916, How to Hire the Ultimate Team Building Consultant by Molly Fletcher of mollyfletcher.com. And I'm Dan, I'm your host here, and welcome. And thank you so much for joining me today as we hear from another great author on entrepreneurship, this time Molly Fletcher. I'll tell you more about Molly after the reading, but for now, let's get to it and optimize your life. How to Hire the Ultimate Team Building Consultant by Molly Fletcher of mollyfletcher.com. Phil Mickelson, like other pro golfers, has one person at his side to help him compete in tournaments like the British Open this week, his caddy. It's a key decision. The caddy is a close consultant who, if the job is done right, makes Team Phil better equipped and more confident in this individual sport. A great caddy and team building consultant is a tactician, coach, cheerleader, and psychologist all at once. Phil's caddy, Jim Bones McKay, is what I like to call the ultimate team-building consultant. Here's why. This checklist can help you determine who will help build your most successful team. 1. He or she knows the profession from the ground up. McKay has carried Mickelson's bag since 1992, one of the longest caddy relationships in pro golf. That's 22 years of working side by side, half of Mickelson's lifetime. He started playing golf as a kid, competed in college, and then got into caddy work for Larry Mize, Scott Simpson, and Curtis Strange. Those veteran pros trained McKay well before he hooked up with Mickelson, who was a rookie at the time. Likewise, a team-building consultant should know your work from the inside out. He or she is prepared and equipped to help you meet the challenges of your industry. The ultimate team-building consultant makes the most of your team's strengths and creates a synergy that fits your style. McKay's familiarity and expertise with Mickelson draw admiration even from opponents. After Mickelson won the British Open last year, Luke Donald tweeted, quote, "Phil and Bones are the best player-caddy partnership in golf. It's hard to last as long as they have together, yet they have done it with ease." End quote. 2. The ultimate team-building consultant knows that less is more. The margins at the top of any industry can be minuscule. In pro golf, a single shot can make the difference between first place and everyone else. In one shot, momentum can shift, and a bad break or mistake can easily lead to another. In this space, a caddy, above all, listens and observes. It's a speak when spoken to occupation where every word counts. A great caddy's body language telegraphs calm and balance and confidence to his player no matter what the circumstance. Likewise, a team-building consultant can sort through a wide range of challenges on the fly while under pressure and knows how to give feedback and when to give it at all. One of the most essential elements of McKay's role in last year's British Open, according to the New York Times, was giving Mickelson a scoring target. Going into the final round, Mickelson was 5 shots behind the leader, and McKay estimated that an even par total would win. "I'm going to be better than that," Mickelson replied. A final round 66 gave him his 5th major championship. McKay demonstrates how a great team-building consultant doesn't flood you with conversation and charts, but provides the right expertise at the right time. A strong level of confidence leads to an expectation of top performance. McKay told the BBC after last year's Open win that Mickelson, quote, "did seem to be really at peace today and very confident with what was going on. To go from where he was to the top of the leaderboard, he had to be very calm." End quote. And 3. A great team-building consultant never loses focus. Mickelson is confident in himself because McKay has him covered, literally. He is prepared with all the yardages and correct clubs. He knows the rules of golf inside and out, so Mickelson is protected from thoughtless penalties. McKay keeps the equipment dry and clean no matter what the weather. A great caddy anticipates potential trouble spots while keeping up the player's confidence. Caddies are so good at these basics that when they fail, it's news. A caddy is supposed to know where the ball is at all times so the player doesn't have to worry. At the U.S. Open, Hunter Mahan was battling to stay in the tournament, and his caddy led him to a ball in the fairway that turned out to be the wrong one. When Mahan hit it, he incurred a 2-shot penalty and ended up missing the cut by 1 shot. When interviewed, Mahan's caddy owned his mistake, which is part of regaining focus. The attention to detail leads to greater connection and appreciation in the client-consultant relationship. When Mickelson accepted the British Open claret jug last year, he thanked, quote, "my main man Bones. Bones is the only guy on the golf course that wants me to play well, so why am I going to sit there and berate him and treat him poorly? He's the only guy trying to work his tail off for me." End quote. Your game-changer takeaway. As demonstrated by a great professional golf caddy like Jim McKay, an ace team-building consultant maximizes strengths in a way that is unobtrusive and thoughtful. He or she shares expertise that is well-timed and deeply authoritative. The client's needs always come first, and that creates an expectation and tradition of success. You just listened to the post titled, "How to Hire the Ultimate Team Building Consultant" by Molly Fletcher of mollyfletcher.com.
As if the McCrispy couldn't get any better, Bacon and Ranch just entered the chat. The Bacon Ranch McCrispy, available at participating McDonald's for a limited time. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Fans, the NBA playoffs are on their way. But before they begin, it's the NBA Play-In Tournament.
Winner advances, the loser goes home.
4 teams vying for the last 2 spots in each conference.
Hurry!
Some teams will get in.
Do or die.
Others, they're coming up short.
Forget about X's and O's. Who wants it more?
It's now or never. The playoffs are calling, but first, you gotta win to get in. The NBA Play-In Tournament begins April 11th on ESPN and TNT.
And thank you to Molly, who is a trailblazer in every sense of the word, a rare talent blend of business wisdom, relationship brilliance, and unwavering optimism. As a popular keynote speaker, she shares the unconventional techniques that helped her thrive as one of the first female sports agents in the high-stakes and big-ego world of professional sports, and now as a successful entrepreneur. The Molly Fletcher Company inspires leaders, teams, and organizations to kickstart growth. To access more great articles and content from Molly, simply head over to her website, which is mollyfletcher.com. And as always, I have that linked in this episode's description for you. And with that, we have reached the end of another edition of Optimal Startup Daily. I thank you as always for being here with me. Hope you enjoyed today's post as much as I did, and I'll see you back here tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.